Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're talking about something. It's a little more down to earth, a little more temperamental topic, you could say. Something that happened a long time ago, back when we were children, and it's still affecting us today in some ways.
It really changed history. Right?
It really changed history, at least for the United States. It did.
No, I would say for the world.
Right. We're talking about 9/11.
September 11th.
September the 11th. Yeah.
It's a hard subject.
It is a really hard subject.
But one thing I wanted to bring up in the video of just how big it was just I love history, and I've said that many times throughout these videos, but I've talked to a lot of people from a lot of generations. A lot of people remembered where they were when they were alive when Pearl Harbor happened. When they heard that the Japanese had attacked, they knew exactly where they were, and they say, "Oh, I was here, and I was with my brother, and we were in the living room." You know, like our grandparents' generation, they remember exactly where they were when they heard the news that John F. Kennedy had been assassinated.
Oh yeah, a lot of people remember.
Even though we were in elementary school, everyone I've spoke to, we knew exactly where we were when we heard the news of what had happened. Yep. Tanner, where were you?
I was actually in Miss Brown's class. She was my absolute favorite teacher. And I'll never forget it. Me and Zach Medeiros were sitting at the back of the classroom.
No names.
Oh, sorry. Well, that was my teacher, and that was the guy that I was sitting next to.
We'll let that
No more
slide.
names past that.
Yeah.
We were sitting at the back of the classroom, and we were supposed to be coloring, but we were taking paper clips, and we were like, folding them out to where they would bounce up in the air. We loved doing that.
Because y'all were the cool kids.
Right. So we were sitting in the back of the classroom, we were doing that, and then I remember the teacher turning on the television, and
we had TVs in the classrooms.
Yeah.
When we were in elementary school.
Yeah, and her turning on the TV and telling everybody to be quiet, and we all watched like live on the TV. You know, it was after the first plane hit the Twin Towers. It was video of the second plane hitting, and it was just like it shook everyone to the core of like, we're young and we're sitting here watching this on TV like. I remember looking around and like half the kids didn't even understand what was going on. They were still coloring and stuff. But like we were watching this on the TV and it was like, wow, this is happening. We are actually being attacked. Like this is the first time since Pearl Harbor really that America had been attacked.
See, when I was a child, I remember exactly where I was. I was actually on the playground. I don't know why y'all weren't. We were on the playground at the time.
Right, we weren't.
Were you in trouble?
No, the whole class was still in there.
Was the whole class in trouble?
No.
Okay. Just never know with you. I was with my best friend in elementary school, say no names, and we were standing outside. I remember there were these doors that you went out, and it was kind of like a hill, and then like this way went around the school, and this side was like a basketball court, and then became like where the pea gravel was with all the things on it. Well, we were staying on top of the hill. We were talking about like Dragon Ball Z back in the day. That was so cool back in the day. But anyways, and they were like, hey, there's explosions going off on TV. You need to check it out. And I was like, oh, cool, like a monster truck show. So I was a child. I was a child. I had no idea. So I went in and I was like, oh, cool. And I didn't fully understand what happened. And I remember it was exciting and I didn't know what was going on. It wasn't until later, and I didn't fully understand. The teacher was like all upset, and so when I saw she was upset, I remember sitting there and I was like,
my teacher was crying.
Yeah, like my teacher was upset, like she was like flabbergasted. Now I didn't understand, and so I just sit there. Me and Scott Green, we just kind of talked about stuff. We were children. It wasn't until that night when I got home that Nana and Papa were watching it, and when President Bush came on and said that we had been attacked, I knew what that word meant. That then my feeling was I was scared, I was sad, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everything changed because I guess the president came out when he said that, then as a child, I started to understand what I saw. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I didn't understand until it was explained to me.
Right. Oh no, yeah, I didn't completely understand then till my parents explained to me what was happening. Yeah, but America changed after that day, I believe, and like we went. The
world changed.
The world changed. Yeah, like we very shortly after went to war. We're still in this war today. How many years later?
2001 to 2018.
Yeah, I mean 17 years later, and we're still in this war. That's
And it's crazy to think about because we're going to have we grew up with it, but me and Tanner are in our late 20s. There are going to be kids who are going to be 18 years old who are going to serve this country, put on boots, and, possibly fight an enemy that we started fighting before they were even born.
Yeah, there were people being born while it happened. Think about it. There was, because children are born every day. Could be a child that was born while the planes were hitting the towers and him going to war to fight in the same war on the day he was born, today, him going to fight there.
Yep.
That is crazy.
It is really insane to think about if you take that and can really try to imagine that in your head, that there will be children going to fight in a war that they weren't even alive for. Now, we're not saying whether we're for the war, against the war.
Right.
This isn't a political channel. What we've come here to talk about today was just, honestly, the reason why we decided to do this video was we wanted to share our experiences with it. And, we swore, all over the place. Everybody swore like we'd never forget, the people that died and everything. I guess this is just mine, Tanner's way of saying, we didn't forget. We still remember what happened. We still remember where we were and everything. And it's a very somber video, There's, very, we're not saying trying to make it sad, but we do want to, just still, I imagine there's still families that are still hurting from it.
Yeah.
Like the news is kind of, they still talk about it every now and then, but it's kind of, it's starting to fade into history, but, I mean.
A lot of people were hurt that day.
Oh, yeah.
And you're right. We're not trying to make a sad video or anything.
This isn't a sad video. This isn't a political video or anything, no.
This is our way of telling our experience on that day, because that was a huge day in not just history, but our lives of history.
Yep.
And this is kind of our way of paying respects. It's very hard to believe that the war that started then is still going on.
Yeah.
And that there are, friends we went to high school with, went there and fought.
Have gone to Afghanistan.
Have gone to Afghanistan and then Iraq, and have fought there for us. Mm-hmm. And it's
crazy to think about.
It's absolutely, it's one of the worst things that has happened in our lifetime.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. And we're not, like I said, we're not trying to bring up anything of, well, this was bad, or that we're saying this was worse than this. We're not, like I said, this all we wanted to do in this video, because this is going to be released the week of the anniversary of September.
The Monday 11th.
of. Yeah. So we just wanted to have this video just kind of as a reminder, just kind of share our thoughts and where we were, and just kind of think about it, but just, still in our minds.
Right.
Still in our minds.
Just, I would say, looking back, there's been songs written about this day and everything. Mm-hmm. Just hug your family, be thankful for what you have today, and thank a veteran. Because without them, we wouldn't be here with our freedom. You want to end it there?
Yeah, we can end it there. We don't want to make this video. This isn't supposed to be entertaining. We're not trying to be funny in this video, so let's end it there.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. Spend some time with your family this weekend. We're going to end this off with a moment of silence for the next few. Thank y'all.